Ryan Flood and Paul Lallier will bring the field off of turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. There's a green flag. We're underway as they head down to 1. Flood gets the good jump, sets the pace off at turn number 2.
Down the back they go. Ryan Flood leads the way. Lallier up top. That's going to allow Bobby Tripp to get down to the bottom. Fight for second. Contact behind them between Hammer, Lilly, and Soulier there. The Hammer gets slid back in the middle. Ryan Soulier able to collect it down to the bottom. He's going to battle for 5th now into 3.
I think Soulier was doing the hammering that time as they come off of turn number 4 as Soulier works the inside of Chase Belcher. 3 wide, a little further back. Degas Barry on the bottom. Goodrow in the center. Lallier up on the outside as they head down the back straightaway.
3 wide back in the pack. Tyler Lallier drops like a lead balloon up to the outside lane, allowing a few cars to get by. Couldn't get that number 7 underneath him there for a moment. Has to corral it back in. Back up for that 5th spot, though. You're going to see Chase Belcher up to the outside of Soulier trying to get to the top 5.
Down across the stripe they come. Soulier and Belcher racing side by side. Belcher's got the advantage as they come off of turn number 2. Burns is right there in the fight. The 17 of Renegado sits in that group as well. As up front, Ryan Flood leads Bobby Tripp and Paul Lallier off of turn number 2.
Off the corner, top 4 start to break away just a little bit. All led by Ryan Flood. Belcher able to clear Soulier for that 5th spot. He's using that outside lane to his advantage, and now Soulier has a car beneath him. That's the 30 of Burns. Almost a little contact there. Coming off of 2, Soulier is able to hold on to that 6th spot, but Burns is going to apply some pressure. Coming out of 4, door opens up for Rowdy down to the bottom.
Into 1 and 2 they go, and Rowdy takes a look to the inside of Ryan Soulier with a great move from the top to the bottom. Looking for a top 6 into 3 and 4. Soulier slides up the racetrack, and he's got a Renegado on his tail as they head down into turn number 1.
Down to the corner they go. Vinny Renegado is going to get underneath Soulier. He's going to move up into that 7th spot as they race through 3 and 4 now. Jerry DeGasperi next in line on the rear bumper of Soulier. Can he make another move forward? Soulier doing everything he can. He holds that bottom lane to hold on to 8th.
Field stretching itself out around the 3rd mile. Chase Belcher closing right up on Josh Hedges as they hit turns 3 and 4. Takes a look to the inside, settles it in, takes a look to the outside, heading down into turn number 1. Flood looking for his first career late model win, leads it into 3 and 4. Tripp having his best run of the season, sitting in 2nd.
Down through 1 and 2 they go. Field single file all the way around as they do battle here coming up on halfway in just a few laps. Ryan Flood leads it over Bobby Tripp. A couple car lengths back to Lallier, who right now is holding off Hedges. Burns getting a little impatient there, trying to find a way around Belcher, but Belcher holding strong as they battle it out for 5th.
Chase is able to hold down that inside lane and shut the door on a hard chasing Burns as they cross the stripe. Up front, Bobby Tripp starting to put some pressure on Ryan Flood. Sits about a half a car length back down into turn number 3, and Paul Lallier sitting on that inside lane, holding off Hedges as Belcher goes to the outside.
Belcher wants to make that outside lane work. We saw him trying it in the heat races, gained a few positions. Now he's going to try it in this feature event. To the outside of Hedges, Belcher gets a good run down on a 3. Can he make that pass on the 29? Almost does so far off 4. The Everetts Auto Parts number 35 is on a rail.
He's up to the 4th spot now, and his next victim is the 70 of Paul Lallier as Burns takes a look down to the inside of Hedges. Hedges trying to shut the door down into 3, and he does. No contact there, and again Burns to the inside across the stripe.
Burns has that run to the inside nose there underneath your 2nd car in points, and Josh Hedges. Burns tries to make that pass for 5th. He has the nose there. Hedges able to hold on so far, but Burns down to the bottom evens it up through 1 and 2.
Down the back stretch they go, and Belcher is on the charge, closes right up on the back bumper of the number 70 of Paul Lallier down into turn number 3. 18 laps are complete. Belcher takes a look to the outside as Hedges drops to 6th. Down off of turn number 2. Hedges back to 6, looking for another spot on the inside is at 17 of Vinny Renegado.
Off the corner they come. Belcher now looks underneath Lallier. A little bit of contact there between the two. Belcher doing everything he can here to get by Lallier, who that is letting that second place Bobby Tripp really open up that door with your leader Ryan Flood. Belcher has to go to the outside now. that he's going to go quick because that lead is getting bigger and bigger for your top two.
Less than 10 to go. It'll be 9 this time across the stripe. Belcher up on the outside of Paul Lallier in the battle for third. Here comes Burns trying to make it 3 wide for that spot. He settles it in down at the turns 1 and 2. Belcher up top. Lallier down to the inside. They're door handle to door handle down into turn number 3.
Belcher doing everything he can. Lallier gets loose there. Burns looks like they got together. It's going to get Belcher the third spot. Burns now gets to the bottom for the 4th spot. Here comes a Renegado for 5th.
Yeah, Lallier got a little tap from Burns, and he's able to salvage it out inside the top 6. Up front, Flood continues to hold off the charges of Tripp, but Bobby is all over the back bumper down the back straightaway. They've got a half a straightaway advantage over the 35 with just 6 laps remaining this time across the stripe. Flood and Tripp nose to tail down into 1. The former Pro Stock champion in that Everetts Auto Parts 88 all over the back bumper of the Tasha Towing number 98.
5 laps to go this time by for your leader Ryan Flood, but Bobby Tripp may soon take that name away as he's all over the rear bumper of the 98 as they race down the back. About a half a straightaway back to third place Chase Belcher, who's doing everything he can to lead the comeback for the rest of the field.
Burns closes right up on the back bumper of Belcher with a Renegado on his tail. Burns sideways down the front stretch. Looks like that right rear slapped the wall. And here comes a Renegado up into 4th. Burns back to 5th. Soulier 6th. Battle for 7th side by side. Richie Murray up top. Jerry DeGasperi down to the inside as they race down into turn number 1.
Good rebound night for Richie Murray. He started 14th on the field, makes his way about halfway through the top 10, fighting for 7th right now. But back up front, 2 laps to go for Ryan Flood. Can he hold off Bobby Tripp?
2 more circuits to go, making a lap and a half. Here comes Tripp taking a look down to the inside. He dives down to the inside. Flood shuts the doors. A white flag unfurls. Tripp all over the back bumper, pushing the 98 down into turn number 1.
Off the corner they come. Ryan Flood doing everything he can to hold the 88 off. Tripp goes to the outside through 3 for the lead. They're side by side off the corner.
Off the corner they come for the win, and it's going to be Ryan Flood picking up career win number 1. Bobby Tripp in for 2nd. 3rd going to Vinny Renegado with Chase Belcher 4th and Rowdy Burns rounding out the top 5. What a run there. How about that race? Picking up his first career Everetts Auto Parts late model feature win. How about a round of applause for the Sandwich, Mass native, Ryan Flood. Right there on the tail, and welcome to Everetts Auto Parts Victory Lane. How about a round of applause for Ryan Flood? Ryan, congratulations. The car's been up and down all year, more on the upside, but you've had your downs. Tonight, you get to carry the checkered flag. How does it feel?
It feels great. You know, we struggled pretty bad in August, and beginning of the season we fired off real good, and I just got to thank Shane and Mickey. I brought it up to them at Port City Race Cars Northeast, and they went through this thing for me, and they got it dialed right in. I'd say they did a pretty good job at it.
You jumped out front early, but you had Bobby Tripp all over the back bumper. When I say all over the back bumper, you know it as well as I do. There's probably a couple of white scuffs there after that. How does it feel to hold them off?
Feels pretty good. You know, we've ran with Bobby for most of the year, and, you know, we've had our run-ins with each other, but I respect him and respect all he's done, and he's raced me respectfully, which I really appreciate. So just hopefully another one from here for the end of the season.
A lot of people behind you. I know you got some people you really want to thank.
Yep, again, I got to thank Shane and Mickey at Port City Race Cars. I got to thank my father. He stepped up huge this year with learning the race cars and helping me week in, week out. My mom, my grandfather for all their support. I got to thank Jerry DeGasperi and all his crew, Skeeter, Nicky, Bobby, Frank, Danny, those guys all, they help me out every weekend and week out. And, of course, I got to thank my awesome sponsors with Buckless Towing Service, Tasha Energy, Ted Dino and Daughter Equipment, and Jerry's General Maintenance.
Congratulations. You call yourself a late model feature winner. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
How about a round of applause for our top 3, ladies and gentlemen? Finishing 3rd, Vinny Renegado, 2nd to Bobby Tripp, and first time late model feature winner, Ryan Flood.